The Franks came face to face with the Avars immediately after they subjugated Bavaria. At the time described, they settled in the bend of the Danube, in the territory of the former Roman province of Pannonia, extending their possessions up to the Tisza. The center of the Avar settlements, and their capital, was a vast fortified camp called Auring, which in turn consisted of several concentric ring-shaped walls, between which gardens and buildings were located. Here lived the supreme ruler of the Avars, the Kagan, with his dignitaries and other nobility, among countless treasures stolen over the centuries from neighboring peoples, primarily from the southern Slavs, the ancestors of modern Slovenes, and Croats. Appearing suddenly on their small stocky horses, the Avars broke into houses and temples, seized everything that was of value, especially gold and silver church vessels, sacred decoration, altar decorations, and, loaded with booty, also suddenly disappeared. Of course, a lasting peace with such a neighbor was impossible for Karl. And the point here is not only that we had to wait for constant border incidents. The main thing is that the king was well aware that the Avars were closely united with the enemies of the Franks, the Lombards, Saxons, and Bavarians. He knew, in particular, that their joint attack against the Franks was scheduled for the 788th year. The Avars did not postpone active actions and invaded the Frankish state, as planned. This event marked the beginning of the war. The official Frankish chronicle tends to reduce the war to continuous victories for Charles. But in fact, everything was a little more complicated. The war went on with varying success, and the Frankish king had to mobilize all his forces and put forward the best generals to the forefront in order to successfully resist the Avars. What he just did not undertake, achieving a radical victory. And he divided the army into separate corps, operating from different sides, and lured individual representatives of the Avar nobility with generous gifts. However, something kept getting in the way. But in the 795th year, when, having doubled their army thanks to an alliance with the southern Slavs, the Franks finally managed to defeat the enemy, and invaded the legendary Auring, where they captured rich booty, which they then sent to Aachen, to Charlemagne,